Good afternoon, everyone. This is Brad Matheny. This is a quick little update on my SPY and gold cycle patterns. This is the gold 1 hour chart going all the way back. And you can see how we've had just really some incredible moves. Okay. The consolidation, the little rally phase off of this low over here, predicted that we would get a nice rally up into this sell zone, looking to wade through this consolidation into this buy zone here, called a sell flat here. Remember, these were predicted 7 to 10 days plus in advance. Then a buy zone here coming up, and look, we're looking at a nice solid sell zone over here into a little consolidation, and then into a nice solid rally up to 1820 to 1840. Really solid move here with gold. Now, gold is moving higher, the dollar is moving higher. What is causing that? That's a lot of fear in the markets. We're right before the election. We could push even higher. I hate to say it, but my top levels on 100% measured move is an 1840 to 1820 range. We could actually get up into this 1880 range. And so understand, with this type of fear, we could see some sort of a spike up here. I do believe gold is going to roll on concerns with the general market, with lack of liquidity in this last 2 or 3 days before the election. So be aware. I think we're going to see kind of a roll, or at least a stall over here, maybe setting up some sort of a flagging formation. But again, beautiful move, guys. I mean, really, I've been posting these. Look, all of my SPY cycle patterns going back weeks here on gold. And you can see them playing out. And of course, you could go back and watch my older videos if you want. I did get rid of a lot of stuff on my gold chart because it was so full of crud. But anyway, getting a very nice move here. We're moving into that consolidation phase, which should have played out a little bit uh, throughout the last day or so. That was this range here that I suggested. We got a nice little breakout. We're carrying into that rally phase, which should last through the end of the day tomorrow, maybe late tomorrow, moving into consolidation. Then we get a buy mode near the end of the day on Thursday, looking for a rally into Thursday, Friday, and carrying off into Monday. Lastly, here we'll take a look over at the SPY. SPY has been consolidating. Again, I had expectations of an upward trending model. Again, we're holding up okay. I mean, we're not getting downward crashes like everybody thought with the on the internet, and it was kind of funny how, at first it was November 4th, and then I mean, you still see these guys out there predicting crashes every week. I'm not saying that. If you follow me, you'll see that my analysis suggests and lays it out a bullish trend all the way up into this 595, 596 area, rolling just before the election down to a low, maybe down into the 582 to 585 area. And that's about a 10-point drop, followed by a moderate recovery right after the election and beginning to build a base higher. So we'll see how this plays out, and we'll see if we get any real rally phase. As I mentioned to you, this week was going to be tough. If you look at this week, I was expecting a rally on Monday, a pullback today, and then we get a little bit of a rally on Wednesday, a pullback on Thursday, and then a fairly large rally on Friday into Monday. So the real opportunity for growth right now is pretty much right in this area. So right in this area, rallying up to here. That's the real opportunity for growth, that you're going to be able to catch a nice solid move to the upside. Okay. And in the meantime, as I mentioned to you, this early trading was going to be just like we saw here, a rally, a pullback, and then we're moving into another little rally tomorrow, potentially, and then a pullback, and then we get into rally, potential rally. And that's going to move us up, I think, into the 593 to 598 level potentially. So we're looking at that buy here mode carrying all the way out into this sell here, and then we got into this buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. We're coming up into this buy mode here, which should be the end of. Let me take a look at this. So really, it's going to be mid Thursday. Looking for a buy mode into a Friday, Monday, Tuesday type of rally. And that puts us pretty much right in this area. So I'll try to leave that there for us to look for. Now, these lows, again, staying above this 597.50 roughly level are pretty solid. So staying above these lows, very solid. Buying into these lows, you can see we've established these lows here. These are pretty solid buy opportunities for those that are looking to catch this move. Remember, you have this rally phase taking place pretty much between the lows here on Wednesday, setting up into Thursday, getting into a big solid rally, moving up Thursday, Friday, and Thursday, Friday, and Monday. And then we move into a topping on Tuesday, and then move into a downward trend on Wednesday and Thursday into Friday of next week, just before the election. So be aware, you've got a nice low right down in this area that could give you a good solid opportunity to try to get into some trades. And of course, Bitcoin 67,400 consolidating, really trying to move out of it. Let's see what happens here. Wouldn't it be funny if Bitcoin kind of followed my analysis? And again, if Bitcoin did this kind of thing over the next couple of days, wouldn't that be kind of ironic if it just followed my pullback analysis almost to a T? I mean, I doubt it's going to do it. It would be unusual that I could predict in that kind of a manner, but we're into this flagging broader phase 4 formation, phase 3 formation on the excess phase peak. We're going to move into this consolidation period, and there's really nothing anybody can do about it. It's going to last, as I mentioned, about as long as the flag, which puts us on a potential breakaway on or after really Saturday the 2nd. We get into Saturday, November 2nd. That's where Bitcoin can really start to make a move. So that Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right before the election, this is kind of the window where Bitcoin could try to make some sort of a move. And I'll highlight in light red or blue. And that would be my expectation, is this is where we're going to be looking for some kind of a breakout or breakdown event. Given what's going on with the election right now, it's tough to call. Ultimately, I mean, if this pattern plays out, move this up to the front. If this pattern plays out, visual order and front and visual order front, and we do get the rally phase, then Bitcoin is moving cleanly, and I mean cleanly, aggressively up to about 80 grand, 76 grand, maybe 80 grand. And again, that's going to be a very clean rally phase. Get rid of these. If this breakout pattern takes place, it's going to be an extremely clean move. Now, if rejection is going to come in the form of a retesting of these lows right down into this area. It's going to come down and try to take out this low, which is the low of flagging. I could probably even move this all the way over and tell you that at this point, 59,500 would be the target to the downside. And that gives you a pretty clear move. Once we get out of this range, during this breakout phase, then we're either going up to 77 to 78, maybe 80 grand. And I would say that has a high probability right now, probably about 80, 85%. And or until we get right now, we're breaking through this consolidation range. We got to let this consolidation play out. Once we get a little closer over to this edge, we're going to be able to draw some horizontal lines, hypothetically across here and maybe across here, and say, okay, there's our breakout range. Because once the consolidation phase ends, then we know what we're looking at for a potential breakaway cause. Okay. All right, guys, great update. And again, thank you all for following. And, to reply to Family Trader or Trader Family, in a way, it is a guess. I mean, that's what we all do, right? We all try to figure out what the market's going to do in the future and try to make some sort of an educated guess as far as where we want to bet our money or place our bets, place our trades as far as what we think is going to happen. Now, I have these things that help me. I have these patterns that help me see what's coming. I can tell by looking at these, like I tell people, it's like reading a book or reading a story. Look at where we're at right now. We're in a gap reversal in counter trend mode. Then when tomorrow we have a gap breakaway in trend mode. Then we have a breakaway. Then we have a rally. Interesting. Rally following a breakaway. And then we have a temporary bottom, top resistance, meaning market's gonna move higher, try to find resistance. Gap defender in counter trend mode, gap up higher in trending mode, pretty clear. Consolidation and then a crush pattern. Could be a pretty big downward bar here. And then we have reversal rally, up, top resistance again, flat down, breakaway, and then rally, carry over, crush on the weekend. And this tells me that we're moving out of consolidation prior to the election into a breakaway potential rally phase into the election. Now, look, I'm predicting 3 weeks in advance, literally 2.5 weeks in advance, and I can predict further. Remember, I have these patterns all the way out to 2045 or something right now. So I can tell you what's going on in November of 2026 if you want. Can I tell you where price is going to be? Not really. Can I tell you what it's going to look like? Yeah, probably. I can tell you what's going to look like up and down types of trending based on these patterns. But again, I don't know where price is going to be. That's the one thing that we have to let price tell us where it wants to be. These patterns are, directional in the sense that they're like Japanese candlestick patterns. I can see by looking at these patterns what the likelihood of price action is going to be if price follows my predictive patterns. And again, I have them going out, 20 years. So I can tell you what's going on the entire time in 2035. I can map out the entire year if I want to. But again, with regards to I'm just guessing. Now, again, no offense, trader family, but yes, we all make educated guesses trying to determine what is likely going to happen in the future. I think I have an edge. I think my technology provides me that edge and provides you an edge. For example, how was I able to determine these moves in gold? How was I able to predict these moves in gold weeks in advance? How was I able to understand this? Now, yeah, you could have other people that have maybe come close to predicting these types of targets and ranges, but not daily, not daily like I do. So, again, I challenge anyone. If you think you can outdo, my automated predictive modeling systems right here called the gold cycle patterns and the SPY cycle patterns. If you think you can outdo these, go for it. Prove me wrong. Okay, that's fine. I'd love to find someone improve or build a better mousetrap, so to say. Until then, I think you're going to be hard pressed to find anything that beats what I've got, simply because it's proven to me over the last 3.5 years to be incredibly accurate. And when I say incredibly accurate, yeah, we might get 2 or 3 out of every 10 days that aren't correct. Maybe. But generally, when you go 6 months or 8 months or a year plus, and you're hitting a 75 to 85% accuracy, it gets hard to argue. It really gets hard to argue that there's no validity to this because you watch it, it plays out, price generally 75, 85% of the time. Uh, it plays out just the way we talk and we go from there. So at this point, we're looking for this move to play out in gold, a little peaking pattern. I think we're going to see a lot of liquidity issues here around November 1st and 4th, which is the right before the election. And the same thing's going to play out with the SPY, in my opinion. We're going to be looking at a fairly strong liquidity issue playing out right before the election, right over here. Spread this apart, drag this over, try to make it visible for you. And there you have the same play rallying up. So I kind of think we're going to be following this yellow line, rallying up into this area, maybe a little higher, stalling out, and then moving into a 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 day contraction prior to the election, basing on the day of the election, probably pretty quiet on the day of the election, and then rallying back out of it. Okay, guys, let's see how this plays out. I'm going to drag these down a little bit because they have now moved a little lower for the election prediction, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, have a great night. Bye.